Good morning and welcome to the Crawford County Board of Commissioners meeting for April 26, 2023. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance today. If Mr. Preston would come to the podium and lead us in the pledge. Mr. Preston is a Vietnam veteran from Post 52. We appreciate you coming today. We'll lead with you.
Thank you for the privilege. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
I need approval of minutes from the full session meeting on April 12, 2023.
So moved. Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
I need approval of minutes from the work session on April 19th.
So moved. Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. And approval of payment of bills in the amount of $5,988,433.83 for the period ending April 25th, 2023.
So moved. Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Saw.
Aye.
There were no executive sessions. Any public comment? Right. We'll start with CATA.
Good morning, I'm Kristen Hauser from CATA. Tim valuable census for grad students called out of town unexpectedly. We're here today to ask for your approval of the resolution to commit $50,000 to Crawford Transportation Authority as local match for state funds.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Thank you.
very much.
Juvenile probation.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Jen Oderator from Juvenile Probation, and we are requesting approval for the purchase of 2 steel loop handle string trimmers valued at $359.99 each from Green Hill Farms. In addition to that, we would like to purchase 2 cycle fuel mixes for $13.99, which will also provide us with a 2-year warranty on the trimmer units. This will be used for equipment in order to replenish our old equipment for our community service mowing program, and the total would be $733.97.
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Register and recorder. Morning, Beth.
Morning, Beth.
I'm here for approval to approve the purchase of an HP LaserJet Enterprise printer, an additional feeder tray for $1,297.94. This will replace the current main office printer, which is near the end of its life. This will be paid for with recorder deeds, records, improvements funds.
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Saw.
Aye.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you.
Voter Services, Commissioner Saul.
Thank you. On behalf of Voter Services, I'll make a motion to ratify the approval to pay an invoice for the advertisement in the Titusville News Journal. That was for the election proclamation, the amount totaling $2,525, and that's paid to the Corey News Journal.
I'll second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Thank you. Adult probation.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning,
Morning,
Charlie.
Trevor.
Morning, Trevor.
2 items today, Commissioners. The first is to approve the modification of current drug and alcohol RIP intermediate punishment grant, modifying to reduce the grant by $68,500. This reduction is not going to affect the county at all as it relates to salaries that is used towards this grant. It is a reduction in money that Crawford County Drug and Alcohol are not going to be using for treatment due to the extension of the public health emergency.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
And next is to approve to pay the invoice to the Whitmer Public Safety Group in the amount of $5,279.31. The invoice is for 9 sets of plates to go inside 9 point-blank height light vests. This is our bulletproof vest. Our 9 previous sets will be reaching their expiration in June of 2023, so we're ordering them now so they can be replaced then. And we will be taking advantage of the Bulletproof Vest program through the Department of Justice, which allows for a 50% payback to the county once we pay the invoice.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you.
Public safety.
Morning, Greg.
Morning, Greg.
Requesting approve the payment of $2,500 to McCutcheon Enterprises for our annual hazardous materials team response retainer. That's a budgeted item out of our hazmat safety fund.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Soft,
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Thank you. Also requesting your approval to pay $2,723 to the ESI Equipment Incorporated to conduct in-person training for our county-based fire departments dealing with electric vehicle emergency fires.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Soft,
Aye.
Weiderspan,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Item C needs a slight correction. That's not supposed to be the Sugar Lake Tower site, that should be the Grease Road site. We're requesting a payment of $10,481.81 to Gildea's for work they performed at the Grease Road site.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you. Crawford County Care Center. Morning, Tony.
Morning.
I'd like to request to ratify the HIPAA Business Associate Agreement with Farley Solutions.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft,
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
And request to ratify the Clinical Services Agreement with WeCom Northwestern PA Vaccine Outreach to provide staff and support for administration of influenza and COVID vaccinations and to carry the cost of the vaccines.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Soft,
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
And I'd like to request to amend C, lower cost item was identified. So this would be an HP LaserJet Pro for $499.58 from Office Depot.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Crawford County Planning.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Zachary.
First item this morning, we're seeking approval to pay an invoice to Patrick MCR in the amount of $4,435.85 for their engineering services for March of 2023. This is for the Admire Complex project in Titusville and is paid for out of the Titusville's fiscal year 2020 CDBG program.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft,
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Next, we're asking for approval to pay invoice number 2 to Stifler McGraw Associates in the amount of $5,377 for their March 2023 engineering services for the Church Run Flood Mitigation Plan. This is paid for out of the City of Titusville's fiscal year 2021 CDBG program.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Soft,
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Next, we're asking for approval to purchase an annual subscription to Constant Contacts in the amount of $144 for marketing the county's comprehensive plan and other planning initiatives. This is paid for out of the State Facility and Transition Closure Grant Program.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Next, we're asking for approval for payment of a portion of an invoice from the Meadville Tribune in the amount of $778 for publications associated with the procurement of paving contractors for the City of Titusville. This is paid for out of the City of Titusville's 2021 CDBG program.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft,
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Next, we're asking to approve a payment of a portion of the invoice from the Meadville Tribune in the amount of $407.25 for procuring the paving contractors. It is paid for out of the City of Titusville's 2019 CDBG program.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Soft,
Aye.
Weiderspan,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Next, we're asking for approval of a letter of understanding between Crawford County and Conneautville Borough regarding their stormwater management improvement project. The project totals $70,497.84.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Next, we're seeking to ratify approval on a agreement for Crawford County's rural broadband expansion focus area partnership between All Points Broadband Partners, Crawford LLC, and Crawford County.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
And finally, we're asking for approval of the following plans, policies, and resolutions associated with the county's 2023 CDBG program. The Section 3 Compliance Officer Resolutions, Section 3 Plan, the Language Access Plan, the Fair Housing Resolution in Pennsylvania Dutch, the CDBG Citizen Participation Plan, our Residential Anti-Displacement and Relocation Assistance Plan, the Section 504 Plan, Section 504 Grievance Procedure, and the Minority and Women's Business Enterprise Plan.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Soft.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ed.
Crawford County Maintenance.
Morning, Mark.
Asking to ratify approval to pay invoices for the courthouse remodeling project for the HVAC project totaling $3,066.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye. Asking to ratify approval of invoices to remodel the fair office upstairs in the courthouse for Folks Flooring America for $1,850.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Asking approval to pay invoice for year number 2 of the generator plant maintenance agreement here at the courthouse to Cummins Sales and Service for $932.45.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Soft.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Asking to ratify approval of invoices for the treasurer's office remodel totaling $391.78.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Asking approval to hire Eads Group, this is to evaluate some design issues on the parking deck for $1,900.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Asking approval to hire Northwest Restoration, this is to tuck point bricks on the elevator penthouse on the courthouse for $7,700.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Soft.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Asking approval to hire Northwest Restoration, this is to make repairs to the stonework on the bell tower of the courthouse for $7,200.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Asking to ratify approval of resolution number 5 of 2023, authorizing the sale of the 1966 Farmall 706 tractor.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Did you get the use out of the tractor you wanted?
Yes, we got plenty of use out of
Okay.
the tractor.
Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
And just to make note, we did get one bid on that tractor for salvage price from Danglers. That we would accept for the agreed price, right? Yeah, for $3,000 was the price.
Chris and I were gonna do a weekend project, we
Yeah.
decided not to.
It's a long one.
Next time.
If they do that, I'll only give you 1,000.
Asking approval to purchase a Ford 7000 tractor from Allen Hart and Sons Farm Machinery for $15,500.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Soft.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Asking approval to pay Mark Johnson Electrical Contracting, this is to replace multiple poles, LED lights, and panel boxes and stuff at the fairgrounds that came down with those storms for $11,775.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Soft.
Aye.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks.
Human Services.
Morning, Sue.
Morning, Sue.
Morning, Sue.
I'm seeking approval of the fiscal year 23-24 CWIS agreement with Banco International. Total cost of the project is proportionally allocated across all the counties based upon the number of users in each county. Total cost for Crawford is $10,642.47. The cost of the county is $2,423.29. This is the same rate as the current bill.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded, any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Seeking approval of the fiscal year 23-24 ICAMS provider agreement with Banco. The ICAMS provider agreement lists a quarterly maintenance fee, which is equally split between CYS and mental health. The rate is $235.54 a quarter hour higher than the current year. The consulting services addendum lists the hourly rates for each consultant's time. These are the same rates as the current year.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded, any discussion? Roll call.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeking approval of the Child Welfare Education for Leadership Agreement for Rory Bueller to participate in the program beginning in the fall semester 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded, any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Saw.
Aye.
Seeking approval of the 2022 ARC pension payments due to the Crawford County Commissioners for accounts 145 and 175.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded, any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
And finally, I'm seeking approval of the C2 amendment to the fiscal year 22-23 SOC contract with Waters Edge Christian Services. The amendment includes a modified budget to add providing a social skills group for grades 4, 5, and 6. The total cost of the group would not exceed $5,292. There is no cost to the county, all paid with SOC funds.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded, any discussion? Roll call.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sue.
Finance.
Morning, Stephanie.
Morning,
Good
Steph.
morning, how are you? This morning, I have for your approval invoices totaling $2,750. These were detailed at last Wednesday's work session.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded, any discussion? Roll call.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Saw.
Aye.
Okay, the Commissioner's Office, Commissioner Witherspoon.
John, make a motion to approve the renewal of the lease of the Crawford County Farm to Schultz Farms of Meadville. This is a 5-year lease that begins May 1st of 2023 and will run through April 30th of 2028 for 122 acres at $8,235 per year.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded, any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Okay, do we have new hires? Okay.
Short list today, I'll make a motion to approve the request of new hires and employee transfers as detailed in our packet.
I'll second.
Probably moved and seconded, any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Saw.
Aye.
Weiderspan.
Yes.
Okay. May 3rd will be the next work session, May 10th will be the next full session. We do have a couple special proclamations today. I'll start with National Library Week. We've all signed this one. I don't think anybody came for this one. Just a copy will be in our office. We can pass it along. And then every year we have some fine folks. You guys want to come to the podium? Give Rita a chance to talk real quick, and Bob, all of you can come on up. It's fine. So Rita, if you want to tell us a little bit about your group and why you're here today.
I would love to do that. I'm with the Crawford County chapter of ABAC, Pennsylvania, Alliance of Bikers Aimed Toward Education. We have been serving members since 1983. Just a little history for those of you who may or may not be aware. From 1903 to the 1960s, the motorcycling community was internally focused. There were efforts, especially on the American Motorcycle Association's part, to present a positive image of motorcycling to the public. There was little emphasis on political activity by motorcyclists. The idea of us banding together and influencing legislation was a part of our landscape at that time. But since 1983, ABAC of Pennsylvania has represented the interests of motorcyclists riding Pennsylvania roadways. We have a variety of programs, some of them being Operation Save a Life, OSL, you may have heard about. We go into schools and educate that way, try to teach highway safety and motorcycle safety to the students. We participate with the Motorcycle Riders Foundation in supporting safe riding. But we are working overall to protect and preserve the rights of over 800,000 licensed motorcyclists and the untold tens of thousands of riders who enjoy the variety of off-road recreational opportunities available. And I'm sure anybody who's here has seen some of those four-wheelers and things out there. We are for all wheeled vehicles being supported and safe passage, if you will. Additionally, ABATE's mission simply states an alliance of bikers dedicated to protection of the individual rights of motorcyclists through political change, charitable works, and public education. To be a member doesn't take much. You pay your membership fee, you're a member, you get a little patch, not a big patch, because we're not a motorcycle club, we don't wear colors. We don't meet in the clubhouse. We're different. And some people get that confused. They say, well, you don't have a lot of rides, you don't do a lot of this. What we do is represent everybody who rides, whether you're a doctor, lawyer, farmer, construction worker, retirees, which is a good opportunity to introduce my husband, legislative officer for the Crawford County chapter, Robert Preston, Carol Morrison, our assistant products officer. She got her license after the age of 70? At 71. So you're never too old, never too young to learn, be safe, and promote good highway practices. So that's a little bit of what we do. And I thank you so much for inviting us here today.
Sure, and I'm going to read a proclamation for your group, and then we'll hand it to you. We appreciate you guys coming every year. Whereas the month of May marks the traditional start of riding season, motorcycles become more prevalent on our streets. The need to be aware of their presence is of the utmost urgency. And whereas Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month is designed to increase public awareness about motorcycles, encourage their safe and proper use among motorcycle riders, is worth special recognition. And whereas several organizations are committed to increasing the safe operation of motorcycles by promoting rider safety education programs and by providing safety instruction at local chapter meetings. And whereas the Crawford County chapter of ABATE, the Alliance of Bikers Aimed Towards Education of Pennsylvania, has requested the month of May be proclaimed Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month. And whereas citizens should recognize the fact that motorcycle operators have the same rights and privileges as operators of other vehicles on all roads and highways. And therefore, it is the best interest of our community and citizens to know that the increase the amount of motorcycle traffic as we enter the warm weather months to enable the reduction of accidents and injuries involving motorcycles. Now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the undersigned commissioners of Crawford County, do hereby recognize May 23rd as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness, May 2023 as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month, and we call this observance to the attention of all our citizens and encourage all motorists and motorcyclists to drive safely. Signed by the Board of Commissioners and our Chief Clerk. Again, we thank you, and I'll have Chris hand this to you. We appreciate you guys coming. You're welcome every time. So.
Thank you so much.
And I've got to ask, would it be possible to get a picture with all three of you?
Yeah, we'll finish this up. We'll do a picture.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We'll go to commissioner comments. Commissioner Wiederspan.
Yeah, I'd just like to mention we had my favorite day of the year last Friday. The weather was terrific out at County Forest for our cleanup. We had the most people ever. We had about 40 people there. About half of those were students from Titusville High School, environmental class, as well as a couple of homeschool families. So the weather was terrific. Ron Steffi, that helps with the development of the trails from Erie to Pittsburgh, gave a little talk of the East Branch Trail that goes through the county forest, and we had a great morning. And the first time we picked up trash out there, as Christopher can probably remember, I think we had at least 2 roll-offs. This time we had about 3 full garbage bags and maybe 10 that were a third to a half full. So getting rid of the trash certainly makes a difference, that it doesn't encourage people to throw more there. So it was a great day, and always look forward to that. There's even talk of maybe having another special day this fall to gather wild seeds for planting next spring out in county forest. So we'll keep you posted. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for going over there, Francis. We appreciate that. Commissioner Saab.
Thank you. 2 comments today. The first one is really a follow-up to something that I had mentioned a couple months ago, and that is the Crawford County Regional Airport Authority is still looking for interested people to serve on that board. They have 2 seats available. The people holding these seats have been great board members, but they have each served at least 20 years in those positions. So, if no other members of the public come forward, I think that the plan for the commissioners is to reappoint these same folks. So, for all those who feel they never get an opportunity to serve on a board or authority in the county, I would say here is your chance. If you would like to join the board, you can call Mike Goss he's the airport manager, 814-333-2677, or you could submit your letter of interest to the Airport Authority at P.O. Box 1011 Meadville. They're especially looking for folks who have accounting experience. So again, if you've long thought that, gee, I'd like to serve my county in some capacity, but I never get an opportunity, well, here's your opportunity. So please consider that. Second comment is just a follow-up on election, mail-in and absentee ballots. The county has sent out about 3,700 or so. We've received a little over 1,000 back. So we still have a couple weeks until the May 16th primary. But I encourage you, if you have already received your mail-in or absentee ballot, get that filled out, and either bring it in personally yourself to the voter services office or drop it in the mail so that you can be sure that it reaches us by 8 p.m. on election night. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just wanted to start bringing this to people's attention when they start hearing about the Crawford County has, obviously we deal with a lot of unfunded mandates. This is one mandate that a lot of people don't realize we have to deal with. And this is a P25 digital radio project. The project is mandated by the federal government. It basically means that the radio channels we have currently are not narrow enough and therefore they're not clear enough, so they overlap into other counties. The Public Safety Director, Greg Beveridge, and myself have started this initial idea and plan of how we're going to function through the infrastructure and the change. But I will tell you this just to give you an example of how large this is. The amount of money that it'll take to replace every mobile, portable radio we have throughout Crawford County, that means fire, EMS, police, and all of our infrastructure, is the same cost of the Judicial Center. It's $18 million. And so when you hear these unfunded mandates, there is no other option. We have to either find the $18 million, borrow the $18 million. These are the types of things in government that we try to plan for, but they're just there. And so to give you a weird example, in 2020 when COVID hit, Greg said, hey, let's look at the price. The price in 2020 was estimated at $14 million. So in $4 million more in just a few years, it gives you an idea of some of the things that local government has to get behind. So we're not sure exactly how we're going to attack this yet, but I just want you'll start hearing this from fire departments and police services that they're going to have to get digital radios. It's called P25, and other counties around us have started this process. We just happen to have a large county. That's why ours is a little higher, 1,000 square miles. We have to have multiple radio towers, and that's part of the project we're doing to help. But I just want to let you know that that is one example of trying to find the amount of money it took to build a judicial center just for the radio system in Crawford County. So it's important for us to try and figure out how we're going to pay for it, but it's certainly a daunting task. So with that being said, there's no other business. I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you.